Alright, Sean.
You have to record this time.
Shut up. Sean, Katie, Sean. Katie, have you heard of Skeleton Crew?
Yes. I've heard that making it.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, I'm glad we've cut the bread with that one. Cut the bread? Cut the butter. Spread the butter. Something bread-based. Yeah. Yeah, this is, slice the bread.
No.
What is it? Slice the cake? No, I'm sure there's a bread one. Anyway, yeah, this is a new Disney Plus show, I think. It's a show, isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
I think it's got Jude Law in it, entering the Star Wars universe. But it's also one of those ones where people, for some reason, are going crazy saying they're not going to watch it. I have no idea why. Like, I have absolutely no idea why.
Do you know, it's become a thing now where I just avoid Star Wars social media.
Yeah.
It's sad, because it used to be fun. It used to just be the memes.
Do you know what this will end up being? This will end up being one of those shows where people go, I'm not going to watch it, and then they watch it, and then they love it.
Yeah.
A bit like Andor, which we need to finish, by the way.
Yeah.
People were saying, oh, it's got no Jedi in it, I'm not going to watch it, and then I'm pretty sure it's one of the highest rated things that Star Wars has at the minute. And get your acts together. Anyway, let's watch the trailer. Okay. Let's... Got an itchy nose. Oh.
What are you in for? What are you in for?
I found something buried in the woods.
Dad.
This is unacceptable. Do you understand?
What do you think it is? Don't touch anything.
It's a spaceship. Knew it.
What do you do?
We're lost. Really lost.
Stay together. We just need some directions home.
Come on, kid. Pay up. Whoa. Where'd you two find an old Republic credit?
An old Republic credit.
Over here, quick. I'll get you home. We'll make a partnership. But we have to move fast. I need you to take the controls.
Okay.
Neil? Neil?
A crew of murderous pirates is coming.
Something's wrong.
They're not going to just turn up. We need to find them.
We're not alone down here.
Be warned of booby traps. Pirates
Oh my.
in mountains where none dare to go.
If you hear this, don't give up. No matter what.
You know, I didn't hate the look of that at all. So what planets?
We always play the planet game and we never figure any out.
Yeah, because there'll just be a bunch of...
I don't see any sand.
The...
You know what I mean?
Oh, Tatooine. Yeah, right, okay.
Like, that's about as...
My initial thought was that was going to be Coruscant, but there's too much mud and grass and dirt for it to be Coruscant.
I wonder when it's set.
Well, they said Old Republic credits, and then I'm pretty sure we'll see Mon Mothma later on, don't we? Is that not Mon Mothma there?
Is it? Or is that not who I assume to be the mother? Is that not her?
Oh, yeah, it might be.
So,
Yeah, I'm a bit... Like, what's this? What is this? Why is there a car?
it's like... It's what I imagine Earth to be like in about 1,000 years.
Yeah, that would be interesting. I mean, I assume they're not going to go to Earth because there is no Earth in...
Well, yes, I know, Sean.
There was a thing that looked a little bit like Alderaan to me. Not Alderaan. Corellia. Yeah, I don't hate the idea of it. Thing is, this is another one of those things where people are like, you know, they want to see different. They want to see different stories than just Jedi fight Jedi and, you know, Anakin Skywalker and Luke Skywalker and everything in the middle of the Skywalker saga, telling just telling a story about some random people in the galaxy, but doing it well with well-written characters. Like, what's wrong with that? You know, people are just...
I mean, at least give it a chance.
Yeah.
And by give it a chance, I don't mean watch the first episode and decide you don't like it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it's... You have to watch the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's like watching the first 10 minutes of a film and going, nah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, there's no possible way you can know how it's going to turn out. Might end up being surprised. Just give it a go.
It's a bit like The Acolyte. You know, people. It's hard to.
People were crapping on it, weren't they? They were like, "Oh, it's terrible. It's this, that."
Yeah, like people just didn't give it a chance. They saw the first 2 episodes. Mm-hmm. They based their opinions of the show on the politics behind it instead of just watching the show. Which, you know, on one hand, I can sort of respect. I can also wholeheartedly disagree with it. You know, people were saying that the guy who played one of them clearly didn't know anything about Star Wars because he said Anakin Skywalker blew up the Death Star or something like that. But that's not bad politics. That's just someone who maybe isn't that much of a Star Wars fan, but is just trying to do a job. And he wasn't terrible in the show.
No.
Especially after the first 2 episodes.
The issue we said in the first 2 episodes, it was a bit slow, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Felt like it took a while to get going.
Mm-hmm.
But it had like the best lightsaber fights we've seen in a long time.
Best from Disney, by far. Yeah.
Like, really good storytelling. I think there was some really good characters. There wasn't anything god awful about it.
No.
A few questionable things, fair enough, but
yeah. But then that wasn't even so much like it wasn't The Last Jedi, where there's so much in it where you can sit there and go, well, that's horrific idea. That's a horrific idea. That's a horrific idea.
Uh-huh.
And, you know, with that you can sort of go, well, you know, at least the film looked good. This, like, The Acolyte looked good, and it was slow to begin with, but then the rest of it was kind of like, that's interesting. It's interesting. Fair enough. Interesting. And there was just the odd sort of, you know, where you would sit there and go, maybe that's not the best of choices. But
like them being forced children, probably wouldn't have done that. We'll see where they take it, but well, you know.
But then with this, there doesn't seem to be any hint that that's going to be the case. They just seem to be random sort of juvenile delinquents led by a scoundrel.
Scoundrel.
What? I think that's the kind of character he's supposed to be, isn't it? Is sort of like a Han Solo-ish.
Is he wearing like a trench coat type of thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You see,
I agree with you on that one.
You see
I've become inducted into the trench coat phenomenon.
You see how watching Bridgerton with me has turned you into a clothes connoisseur.
I understand now.
Yeah.
Is he like a smuggler?
Yeah, like I wouldn't be completely against it. I don't. You know, considering some of the other things that we've got, and even like the Obi-Wan Kenobi show wasn't brilliant. You know, Ahsoka wasn't brilliant. You know, and those are sort of like dead right in the middle of the Skywalker saga.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, well,
push the boat out a bit.
Yeah.
Do a bit more.
Yeah, maybe let's just, you know, there are other people in the Star Wars universe. You know, despite for some reason Lucasfilm only be determined to talk about the Skywalkers. I don't see why something like this would be such a huge problem. I can't remember what the reason was. It might be something like because it's Jude Law. So, well, who cares? Jude Law's a good actor. You know,
because it's Jude. Do people not like Jude Law now?
I don't know. I know he's supposedly a serial cheater.
Well, yeah, but there are a lot of people in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like it's not great, but
Don't base your life on him, but
Yeah.
You can't deny the fact that he's a good actor. It's just, yeah, it's mind-boggling to me that you know, for years people say, well, show us something that isn't in the Skywalker saga. They do it, and then now they're threatening to boycott it. Or it might have been that it's designed to be aimed at kids. That might have been it, because there's obviously kids in it. And it's like, well,
But kids doesn't equal targeted for kids, though, does it?
no.
There's a lot of shows that have kids in it that the actual show or film isn't for kids.
Yeah, people seem to forget why George Lucas made the first Star Wars film. He made it for his kids.
So what if they're trying to bring kids in? Like, who cares?
But it's not even just that. If say the target audience is kids, that doesn't mean that the show is going to be terrible. The target audience for the Clone Wars is kids, and then from season
that's dark.
and then from season 4 onwards, it's just filled with war crimes.
Don't care what anyone says. It's dark.
Kerry Mundy's setting fire to a hive of, you know, what do you call it? Intellectual species, you know, and things like that. Shooting on friendly civilians and whatnot, and it's supposedly aimed for kids. You know, it's just because.
Don't even get me started on 5s and 99.
Yeah.
Nothing will ever pay me for that kind of heartbreak ever again.
Or what's his name? Just the entire Umbara storyline.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, I don't like people who decide to boycott things. One, it's just childish. Frankly, it's childish. And two, it's just pure stubbornness. Like the difference between Jude Law, who's apparently, I'm not going to say that he is, Jude Law, who's supposedly a serial cheater, and say Amber Heard. Like, I can understand why people turn around and go, I'm boycotting everything that Amber Heard is a part of. Fair enough. Because she maliciously pretended to suffer from, you know, a crime that a lot of people actually have to suffer through. You know, well, not actually have to suffer through, but actually suffer through. And, you know, used it to make millions of dollars. Thankfully, you know, she was called out on it, and
Yeah.
you know, it was resolved. But I can like say for Aquaman, a lot of people were basically saying either cut her out or we're not going to see it. So Aquaman 2 didn't do well, you know. But there's a big difference in boycotting someone like her and boycotting, say, just someone who's made poor life decisions. Because if we did that, the Marvel Cinematic Universe would be nowhere.
I'm pretty sure most movies ever would be nowhere. There's always someone that you look and there's probably something dark in the past.
Yeah, it's just it annoys me.
Any Leonardo DiCaprio movie, I mean, he's dating like girls that are younger than me. You know what I mean? That's questionable to some people, and it's like, well, you know, there's a lot of dodgy people out there, but you just
gotta grow up and move on. There's not really much to dissect because I don't know what the entire story is.
don't even know when it's set.
Neither do
Old
I.
Republic
Old
credits.
Republic credits.
That's like the interesting thing, isn't it?
I think
That doesn't give much away on.
it must be either during the Empire or during the New Republic. But there's nothing really in the show that gives it. That's a. No, I don't know what that is.
Not really see. The only I was. I don't know.
I really hope that's not the snake thing that's in The Rise of Skywalker.
What's that bit at the end when you go right to the end when it's like that head thing?
Hold on here. I'll tell you what it looks like. It looks like
The game. No, what am I talking about?
game.
No.
Who? Triple H.
Shut
My initial thought was that it looked like the head in Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, which would be weird.
I don't know. I don't know if you're right. Truthfully. Like, looking at the walls, is anything that like...
As far as I can remember, the head in the Temple of Doom is supposed to be like Shiva or something like that, and it's not really shaped like an egg. I'm pretty sure there's like bits that sort of come up around the head bit. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe some people will know more than we do, because I can't really. I mean, the story seems basic enough, though.
Kids.
But it's made by the director of, was it Spider-Man Far From Home, and the man Lucasfilm, directors of Spider-Man No Way Home,
And The Mandalorian.
so got a pretty good pedigree about it. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe we give it a chance, maybe we don't. I mean, I don't see why you wouldn't.
Yeah. I'll probably watch it.
Yeah.
See what we think. If you watch it, then you say, actually, I don't think it was that good, then fair enough, but watch it first.
It was a bit like what we were like with Ahsoka, wasn't it?
We thought that was going to be
Really
pretty good, yeah. And that had its moments.
Well, the episode with Anakin in it was good. And apart from that, the rest of it was just a bit nick. Just a bit mid. Yeah, let us know what you think. Boba Fett, that was another one. Everyone thought that one was going to be brilliant. And that was just The
Except for the
Mandalorian.
Mandalorian episode.
Well, the whole show might as well have just been called The Mandalorian.
The Luke Skywalker episode, yeah.
Let us know what you think. Try and be nice. God knows it's Star Wars. We'll probably get some mean comments. Let us know what you think. Like the video. Subscribe. Ding the bell to be notified when we upload. We upload every day. Anything else you want to say?
I wasn't expecting it to be kids in it.
No, neither was I,
That
actually.
kind of caught me off guard a bit. Skeleton Crew, I thought it was going to be like, I don't know, like a kind of like a secret group of people that do like missions and stuff.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be maybe like a sort of heist crew.
Yeah.
A bit like, maybe set after the fall of the Empire, and have a story based around like a sort of heist crew that sort of go around working for either the Hutts or the whichever crime syndicates and whatnot, and maybe they get hired by the High Republic to carry out a job, but no, children. Weird. But might be good. If there was one actor who you could bring into the Star Wars universe, who would it be? Or actress?
That I could bring in. I don't know. It's difficult. Who would you bring in?
Matt Smith.
I do like Matt Smith.
I'll pick your own.
David Tennant. He's already
He's
in it.
He's in
Oh, I
it.
forgot.
I'll tell you what, you can have
In
Matt
the
Smith.
flesh. David Tennant in the flesh.
I was going to say you can have Matt Smith and I'll have Jensen Ackles.
Okay.
Because I would like Jensen Ackles. Jensen Ackles would be perfect for a heist crew film.
Yeah. He would just be good in anything.
Oh, I should write my own Star Wars story and send it in.
And they'll,
Take me seriously.
and make it.
They'll understand why I've been so critical of them lately.
Yeah. They'll go, oh God, look at this. Like, Sean's right.
Yeah.
You have to change our whole outlook on
Fam,
everything.
I've got tattoo. That's all the qualifications I need. I don't need to go to no silly film school. Anyway, thank you for watching.